this is great to see this many people downtown. I want to thank Evan and also all the board members for their continuous struggle through everything, but they all seem to keep on going, and we can't give up. You know, this is something that is it's an investment. And when Evan was speaking, I was thinking the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, Hopewell's revitalization it's not going to be built in a day either. This is an investment, but we need your support. I can't express to you how much, you know, when a business comes in, we need to come down here, try it out, tell your neighbors. You know, I've been on Facebook and said, hey, you need to try this store out. But we need your support. You know, I get people that call me up and say, complain. I got one this week that just was so negative about the downtown. And, you know, I basically said, if you don't want to come out and support or do something for your city, then I'm not going to listen to the negativity. I'm tired of listening to the negativity. This is going to be something positive. And if you have that negativity, it can drag you down. And I don't want to see that for Hopewell, and I know none of us want to see that for Hopewell. So I'm asking for your support. City Council has been great to support the Downtown Partnership. We couldn't have done it without our city manager and our assistant city manager, all of council, and the EDA. They've done a miraculous job. Yes, we had setbacks, absolutely. But that's a business does that. You have a good year and you have a bad year. But I'm optimistic, and I know that this city can make this downtown thrive once again. Like I came here downtown, walking downtown with my family and shopping downtown. I remember those days. I want to see that again these days, where we can bring our families back to our hometown community. That's what it's all about. And I can't thank everybody enough for coming out tonight again, but we want you to make sure that you support Evan and our economic development that we have going on downtown. We need your help, and we would really appreciate you step up and you do something for a change. You know, I'm one person. I can't do everything. We have counselors. We're only one body. But we need people, we need bodies down here that is going to make a difference and show people that we really care about our community, and we're going to support them. And thank you.
I wanted to open it up now, if Tom, you want to say something? I wanted to open it up for a question and answer, and we're going to have...
I talk loud so most of you can probably hear me. I think they'll do something when I was having a little dog and pony show a minute ago. Will and Jay Carter are back here. Carter Construction did this. Absolutely. They took this from a disaster, and I can tell you right now, I came in one day, and I think those who are sitting right along in there, that meeting was on the floor, which was not good for the building, and I cannot thank them enough. And the city, Mark and Charlie, all the help we've had on this project, it's been, I'm so grateful with it all. But thank you to you guys, I really appreciate it.
If anybody has any questions, we have a lot of people from the city here, and we can rotate on answering them. Just raise your hand. Yeah.
It seems to me, having spent much time in Richmond in the church downtown and how it's amazing what they've done in Richmond in terms of the older buildings, refurbishment, moving, but it was a lot of it was about moving people into those areas. So my question is, what are we going to do to bring in, I foresee, if we're talking about that whole riverfront area, why we should be looking at having some upscale condo type arrangements. Specifically, even for myself, I live in a house now, but I know as I age, I'm going to want to move to a condo, and I would like to be able to buy something like that in this town, but there's nothing here other than, you know, I know Anchor Point has a few places, but it's not in the middle of everything that's going on here. And in order to have these businesses really flourish, you have to have residents of the area within the water.
You are 100% right. And one of the problems with Hopewell is not a demand problem, it's a supply problem. A lot of the housing stock is outdated. But we have the Butterworth Lofts, we are working on this new residential project. We could possibly bring 100 new units to the downtown, and I want to bring Charlie up because he's been working on some condo type projects as well on the riverfront, so that is in the works.
Evan's correct, and you're correct, Aaron. You've got to have rooftops. You've got to have people supporting the businesses. It's not enough for people to come travel down. You need to make it a walkable, livable community, and we know that. That's on our target. It's hard to convince people to come down to build real nice apartments when you have apartments there that are very run down. So you got to get the dominoes in the right order before you start tipping them. We're working with council on a project along the waterfront currently. We also have some land along the waterfront, the old Patrick Copeland site. We're preserving that, some of the higher ground. We want to preserve the bottom, as what council has indicated for park and play and access to the river, but we've looked at the top area for some development. We have some premium sites for development, but you got to get it in the right order and at the right time because we don't want to squander our opportunity. So as we get these other things turning around, those properties become even more valuable. Then you get people involved who can come in and build something big and wonderful in some of these vacant lots and all we have. But you're right on target.
But there is a property next door, that Mardi Gras building, he's putting in 3 to 4 nice market rate apartments. So if you talk to me, we can pre-lease that right away, because I'm sure he would love to have a pre-lease, and you'll be right in downtown. So apartments are coming, and you're right on. Any other questions? All right, well, unless anybody else want to say anything? Anybody else in the audience want to come up and share a story or something? Or we can, yeah. Hey.
I'm Rebecca Rose. I'm the founder of the Hopewell Museum of Art and Intercultural History. We incorporated in 2012. We are your next door neighbor with 6 artists, the Simon and Dorsey Broadway studio artists. We wanted to know when we could have an opportunity to showcase the artists, and they're from Prince George, Dinwiddie, Richmond, Hopewell, and
We're here in this place, in this space?
yes, we're next door.
Oh yeah, I would talk to Tom right here. He's working with Brenda, who's kind of helping, Brenda Stankus, who's kind of the art director for this area, and there'll be a lot of different works of art coming in and out of here, local as well as regional, and some national works coming through here. So Tom is definitely one to talk to. We'll get your art up in here. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in West Virginia, so I'm a transplant, and we chose to live here. We could live anywhere we live, but we chose Hopewell honestly here. We raised our kids here, but by being an outsider, I can see things sometimes that an insider maybe wouldn't see. But I have seen clearly that there is a connotation associated with Hopewell.
Mm-hmm.
And it is that it smells,
Mm-hmm.
it's violent,
Mm-hmm.
it's good enough if you play ball
Yeah.
to go to school here, but you don't want your kids really an education here.
Right.
These are all misnomers, of course.
Yeah.
But that's the connotation. So unless on drugs, which there's no more drugs here than anywhere else.
You're absolutely
I'm
correct.
a retired teacher.
Right.
So, but is there anything that's going to be done to comprehensively to address those misnomers?
Positions. Well, that's one of, Charlie will speak to this too, but now that we kind of are finishing this development phase where a lot of these buildings have gone under the knife and been rehabbed and we can start getting new businesses, we're going to push a large marketing campaign out, kind of like the billboard I was talking about, buying placements and ads in Richmond, and we'll start, we got to be creative, and I think a little bit funny with the ads too, because I think Hopewell does have a bad rap, but if we can kind of be clever and get people to come down, see the beacon. Once they walk around, that perception will shatter. And then the people that tell them that, they'll say, no, I was just down there last week and it's completely changed. So it's going to take a big marketing campaign, but it's also going to take people like you and everyone else to tell people, no, you're wrong. Hopewell isn't like that. Come with me to a show at the Beacon Theater. Come with me to the new coffee shop and art gallery. Let me show you what an area in transition looks like and how much potential this city really has. So that's kind of the next step, is to start to change that image through the marketing.
And we're also working on trying to get a positive message out. That's been a real focus of ours the last year or two. I will tell you, we are so proud of our police department. We've had a 50% reduction in major crime in the last 5 years in Hopewell. Crime is... Well, I understand you're still going to get news stations and newspapers salaciously report things, and they only report the bad, and we get that. But we're combating it by putting as many positive stories out as we possibly can. I'm going to let Ms. Gore talk to you about branding in 1 second, but we also have just opened back up the Office on Youth, which we had back in the 90s, but it's been out of service for many, many years. We just hired a wonderful new coordinator for the Office of Youth, and Chanel, please stand. Chanel Ebanks comes to us from the Raleigh, North Carolina area. She has a wonderful pedigree of experience and education. She has so many exciting ideas and so much energy. We are so excited about the youth programs coming right now. But I'll let Ms. Gore talk about some of the council initiatives since she, Vice Mayor Gore, since she's volunteered.
Thank you. The only thing I would say to piggyback off of what Mr. Kaufman said and what Mr. Dane said is that council has a strategic plan that's available on our website. And in that strategic plan, we addressed last year that we was going to focus on city branding. So we wanted to be able to tell our story, not let our story be told by other people. So to address your question and your comments, we're going to be working on a comprehensive plan that addresses branding for our city, that addresses the school system, the appearance of downtown, some of the misconceptions about our city, and we're hoping to, have new logos out, official, branding like the downtown has. They accomplished 2 years ago. You did that.
What's that?
The branding. Yes.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
So we'll be doing that undertaking. It's one of our priorities that we're going to be focusing on this year that we want to close out. So be on the lookout for that. But it is something that council has agreed to address in our strategic plan.
I would also note that we've been using social media very heavily. Mr. Reed Miller in our Parks and Rec department, our police department, our fire department, all of them have thousands of followers. Our events in Parks and Rec, we've stopped buying regular marketing and advertising for them. We do it solely on social media, and we had 2,500 or more people at our haunted Hopewell Haunts event on a Friday night when Hopewell was playing home football game. And they still had good crowd football game. We had 2,500 people at Mathis Field because of the outreach that we're starting to get. There are going to be naysayers, there are going to be negative people. We just have to keep coming back at them because Hopewell is a great place, period.
Very briefly, in response to the question about housing and also the negative perception, just wanted to say that is one of the big things about the Main Street program. That's what made me such a believer, and to keep on going with it, with the movies and other things, and it takes a long time. And I'll give Culpeper as an example. There are people who still, I don't know if any of you have been to Culpeper lately. Well, it took a long time for that perception to change. Culpeper is a great place. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there, but it took a long time for people to change their perception because in the 80s, it had gotten very blighted and much worse than Hopewell. So it's just patience and hanging in there and talking it up. And the housing, Richmond, as you say, rehabs. For the big buildings, but also they're doing it with the individual structures. So patience and sticking in there and talking up your city, that's what's going to combat the negative perception.
Talking about our city in a positive way.
That's what I mean. Yeah, of course, positive way. All right, thanks.
One last thing. Evan earlier mentioned you won't recognize Hopewell. One of the things I started saying when I got here just over 2 years ago was, You won't believe what you hear the next 3 years. You won't believe what you see the next 5. How many of you heard me say that? Several of you have. We're 2 years into it, and look at what's happened. You're not going to believe what you hear the next year, and you're not going to believe what you see the next 3, because it's rolling. It's on the track right now. And I think Evan's going to ask one more question.
Anybody? Any more questions? We'll be around. Some of the city officials will be here if you want to chat with them one-on-one. I'll be sticking around if anybody wants to talk anymore. Just thank you. Thank you for coming tonight and showing that downtown is important. And please donate if you can. Go to hopewelldowntown.com, make a contribution.